welcome back. Welcome back. I'm glad you joined me again. You guys don't forget to push subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. You all know what I'm doing. I already told you my story. So you know what I'm trying to do. Subscribe, okay? And tell your friends about it. I have another message that I want to share with you today. I am on the roll. I told you all I got a lot to say, okay? And I just want to reach out to you. I am talking about there's no gain without pain. There's no gain without pain. And we hate to go through the pain. I know the pain hurts. That's why we do not want to do that. But first, before I forget, and I got to be promoting my book. My book here is Standing Inside Myself, A Journey of Self-Love, Wisdom, Power, and Purpose. Okay, I wrote it during a really dark time of my life, but it was liberating. It was just really like I don't know. It was an awakening moment for me. And I was getting out of the dark place. God helped me put this book together. I promise you. And it's like a lot of devotions, and the devotions are like real life situations. Like I even have a chapter talking about peach cobbler and how I compared the peach cobbler to the layers of healing. Okay, so I really would like you to buy it. So please buy my book. It's on Amazon. It's 1995. As you can see, I did a lot of writing. Okay, but I had to do that. I had to do that for my own self, and then also remember, I share with you that I wanted to help someone else. I really want to reach out and help someone else in their journey, and so that's what this is about. Really, it is. Okay, and then also I want to share with you my email address. Oh, put it up here right. Okay. My email address is standinginsidemyself6 at gmail.com. So if you want to give me some feedback, or you could put some comments below, I would like to know how this is resonating with you. I mean, really, it's coming from my heart. It's heartfelt. All the messages are heartfelt. Also, I do have a podcast, and that is Beautifully Seasoned. And that's basically for women over 40. But you know what? I've been getting a lot of feedback from women who are in their 30s and even 20s. So come one, come all. Okay, we all in this together, and we just need each other to lift each other up. Queens uplift queens, and you are a queen, okay? And so that's what we're doing, and so that's my mission, and that's my purpose for doing this YouTube video. Okay, so we're gonna talk about there's no gain without pain, and like I said before, nobody wants to go through pain. We don't want pain. Pain hurts. Pain hurts. And it causes us to cry, and it causes us to moan, and it keeps us being depressed. So, yeah, but there's gain in that. There's victory in pain. Okay? And I just wanted to, I want to share with you, add something to your spiritual garden. And I'm going to look at my notes. Okay? And I am going to give you Galatians 6:9. This is for your spiritual garden, ladies. Remember, your spiritual garden is something to add to it. You're going to have a whole garden full of just scriptures and positive affirmations that you can hold on to when you're going through something. It says, let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Okay, so we have to always do what we need to do. You're going to get it when in due season. It's going to come around. That pain is going to turn into victory. Believe me, it's going to turn into victory. But we do have to go through the pain. Okay? So, pain. Cracks us open to let the light in. And see, I wrote down these notes, and I told you I'm an educator, so I write down notes so I know what to say, what I'm going to be saying here, okay? So pain cracks us open to let the light in. A lot of times when we're going through painful moments and we're struggling, we're in a dark place. We don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. We don't see anything but the pain. Our focus is on the pain. But the pain eventually cracks open, and then that light comes in. And when that light comes in, we're like, wow, that's the awakening. That's the wisdom. Okay, that's the victory that's in that pain. Okay, pain helps us to appreciate the good times. We have a reference now, and we become more grateful for those times. So a lot of times when we're going through things, let's just say financial or something with the children or even illnesses. With an illness, We're focusing on like, wow, I remember when I wasn't ill. And so those things come to mind, and we start to be grateful. Grateful when things are, they don't have to be perfect, but we start to be grateful for those good times. And that's what that pain causes us to do. To look back on the times that we wasn't like that. It wasn't always like this. And it's not always gonna stay. It's just there for a little bit. Okay? Pain helps you discover how your strength, endurance, and level of dignity. And remember, I shared with you during my painful times, I had to heal with my heels on. So I had to heal with big dignity, but it kind of gives you that endurance. And then you look back, beautifully seasoned women, do you remember? You look back and you say, I remember I went through that, and I made it through. I know God was with me, and I made it through. So yeah, you look back at that and you see how far you came. Because we know dark places, they don't last all our lives. We have some good moments too. But when we look back and see how far we came, that's when it becomes really like eye awakening. We really see it then. Okay? Okay. Pain teaches us lessons about ourselves. Self reflection can change our life. I love that. When I wrote that down, that self reflection of who we are, I'm telling you, I learned so much through my heartbreak about myself and what I can do. Just, just to be able to, my whole responsibility of myself, just knowing who I am as a woman, and that I didn't have to look for validation from anyone. It's something that goes on with you when you're in that pain, and that self reflection digs deep. And if you heal in the right way, meaning take your time, just be still, and just heal, pray, then devotion, practice self love, all of those things together. You will start reflecting about who you are, and you would gain a whole different perspective of who you are. I'm telling you, a lot of things I found out about myself that I didn't know before. I didn't. I mean, all of that came out of pain. And at that time, I didn't want it. Of course, I want that pain. I want to throw that pain back. Take it back. I don't want it. But it did do something for me. It did help me. So let's not. And you know what? It's hard for me to say that to you now, because if anybody told me, "Girl, don't worry about that pain," I'm like, "Really? I'm hurting. I'm hurting." You can't tell me that. But I just want to tell you, if you're going through anything right now, whatever it is, it's not going to last. Use that as a reflection. Go get in that prayer closet, get still, and pray, and just get really centered in who you are. And you'll get revelations. You'll get to self reflect. Okay? You'll get to self reflect. Pain offers more of a sense of empathy. You become understanding of the pain of someone else that someone else has experienced. And remember, I went through that. As I was going through the pain, I was telling myself I didn't want anyone to go through what I was feeling. I didn't know this sister. I don't know you personally, but I don't want you to feel like I'm feeling. Have you ever felt that before? It's just like, I don't know. I guess I can't say like a broken leg or something, but it's somewhere you just in so much pain. You're like, I don't wish this on anyone, and I didn't wish it on anyone. I don't care. My enemy. I don't. I'm not wishing it on anyone. And so that's how I felt. And that's what I feel with that pain. And that's why I'm reaching out. That's why I wrote the book. That's why I'm doing a podcast. I don't want anyone to feel like that. I just want to be in a role of where I'm helping to empower women in some way, find it some type of words of encouragement in case you're going through, and to give you that hope that I had to hold on to, that God has something greater for you. This is not the end of your rope. It is not too late. You are not too old. God has something greater for you. It's something good that's going to come out of it. Something good. You might not see it now, but it is something good. God knows what He's doing. Yes, He knows what He's doing. And you know what? If you are not as spiritual, all you have to do is look outside. You know that's not man-made. Every bit blade of grass that you see out there, the birds, the trees, I mean, that alone should tell you we have just an incredible God who has just supplied this all for us. You have waken up another day. doing, trust him and just go through it. You will be okay. Okay? Pain helps you to grow. Oh yeah. No, I am a walking testimony. Pain has helped me to grow. I'm telling you, I mean, I'm over 50 and I'm still growing. I'm still evolving. So God, and He has a wonderful way of teaching us things. And it's been incredible. It's been an incredible experience. It hasn't all been good. No, it wasn't feeling good. But when you're growing, you have those growing pains. Because you're used to being in a certain way, and so God's trying to stretch you, and He's stretching you, and the stretching is going to be a little uncomfortable. But when you stretch, and you're going to feel taller, you're going to feel elegant, you're going to be healed, and you're going to feel victorious. It's going to be all worth the pain. It's going to be all worth it, ladies. Trust me. Trust me. You learn lessons through your healing, and pain guides you through your purpose. You do learn lessons through your healing. One of the lessons that I learned through my healing was that I can't look for validation from anyone. Sometimes people don't have that to give, and I have to be able to look at things and not and maybe look more in details at things, because I think that all along the way sometimes we're in denial and we see things but we just kind of dismiss it because we want things to work out in a certain way, and we just dismiss it. So, I want to be able to look at things and really look at things, but I do still want to be vulnerable. I still want to be able to be open and loving. I don't want to lose that part. I want to be open and loving. So, yeah, I don't want to lose that for anyone, but I also want to be able to look at details, somebody who gives up easy, someone who has a history of walking away. I need to be able to do that. And then also not look for validation so much or from someone. I need to be full of myself so much that I don't need it from someone else. But hey, I do want my man to be telling me some good stuff though. I still want him to love me and I want him to tell me that. But you know what? I want somebody who will be willing to give that out of his heart. Okay, to be able to share that out of his heart, and I shouldn't have to ask him because he wants to tell me that. But yeah, there's lessons that we can learn. Lessons we learn about me maybe being more independent. If it's financial, maybe the lesson is how to spend our money, being a little bit more budget wise. Okay, maybe even with our children, the lessons might be spending more quality time with them. Maybe sitting down and talking with them. That could be the point. Lessons in how we take care of our body. If we've been diagnosed with the illness or whatever it is, that during this pandemic, everyone is gaining weight because we're at home and we're eating and we're looking at TV and, then we don't have all those activities that we were used to having, but what is the lesson? That we have to pay attention to what we eat or else we're going to have the high blood pressure and the diabetes, okay? So we have to learn the lessons. And that's what I asked Lord the God for. I said, give me wisdom and understanding. Tell me what I did. Tell me as I move forward, how do I need to change so I could be the best possible me that I can be. So I also encourage you to do that. Okay? Pain brings you closer to God. We know that. And it's the wake up call that redirects our thoughts to God for help, comfort during those painful situations. I did tell you about that. That is a wake up call. And you know what? I'm telling you, even an atheist, if an atheist, he gonna be like, oh God, we all call on God when we need him. But when we don't need him, we don't even things going good, we're not even paying attention to that. We want to be mindful of that. We want to make sure that we include devotion and prayer every morning just to say thank you, God. Thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for keeping me safe. And then reading in the Bible, just reading some of the scriptures and just getting a hold of who God is and how he operates. And that helped me a lot. And then I love my church. It's Trinity United Church of God in Christ. I just love it. They're very loving and supportive, and they praying over me and stuff. And I'm like crying and everything. You think I lost my mind, But you know what? That's just how I was, and that's how I was affected by all of this. But in that, and also with your pain, we have to go through that grieving process. because we're holding on to something that is not there anymore. And some of you might have even lost a loved one from the COVID-19. And just to have to just let that go, that is just excruciating pain. And that is a form of heartbreak. That's somebody that you would never see anymore, and they are not alive anymore. So I just, I really would say, hold on to God. It'll take time, but hold on to God. It's going to be okay, and you will be okay. It's just going to take time to heal. Okay. Pain is a traveling professor, and it goes and it knocks ourselves. Oh, it knocks on everyone's door. Okay, I can't even read my own writing. Okay, go figure. Okay, pain is a traveling professor. I love the way that's stated. A traveling professor. Professor is a knowledgeable. He's a teacher, a professor. Okay, he's honored because of his knowledge, his level of knowledge, and he's traveling, and he's gonna knock on everybody's door. So not only you, but everyone is going to get a visit from pain. Everyone is, and so we just have to know that it's going to come, and if it does, that we can get through it, and that I know that helps. It helps when you know God and you trust God that you're going to come through. You just have to trust Him, okay? Okay, the smartest people I know are the people who say, come on in and don't leave until you have taught me what I need to know. Oh, and that actual quote is from someone last name Milton. Okay, so that is the smart people. They say, okay, Pain, come on in, pay me a visit, but I don't want you to leave here until you taught me a lesson. Because guess what? You're going to have to redo that lesson over and over and over again. And that's what I had to do. I had to learn the lesson over again. But you know what? Not no more. No more. No more. So I love that. Don't you love that? Okay, I'm going to read it again. Pain is a traveling professor, and it goes and knocks on everyone's door. The smartest people I know are the people who say, come in and don't leave until you have taught me what I need to know. Teach me, pain, what I need to know so that I don't have to revisit that again. Wow, I love that. I love that quote. Okay? Explore your feelings. Why are you in pain? Are you disappointed? Are you ashamed? Do you feel abandoned? Work through those emotions truthfully. Okay, and one part of that for me was that I was abandoned, so I was left, so that I had to deal with that. What about you? Why were you in pain? I know that for a fact, part of depression is holding on to something that you thought was and it's not. And you holding on to it and you want it so bad, but you can't seem to let it go. That's what depression is. And so are you in that state where you're holding on to something that just wasn't it? They let you go from your job and you just knew you was gonna retire from that job, but they let go of you from the job. And so you're depressed because you don't have that job anymore. But the job's gone. But you're still holding on to that. Or you're bitter and angry at them for letting you go. So yeah, that's all those type of lessons that you can learn through that. But little that we know that you getting out of that job might be opening up a door to something bigger and better. And a lot of times we don't know. We don't know what's happening on the other side and what God has in store for us on the other side. We don't know. But we're so wrapped up in the pain that we can't see that part. We can't really get that part in our mind that this might be another level that we're going on to go to another level in our lives. So yeah, that's some deep stuff. Okay, we got to explore our feelings truthfully and our emotions truthfully. For me, I think it was like I was hurt. Maybe my ego was hurt. I'm gonna be truthful with you. Like, wow, I did all of this. I invested my heart. Wow. Maybe some self-control that I had to deal with. Thinking about him with someone else. We all been through that. Yeah. Starting over again. That's another thing. It's scary. Starting over again. You got to go out there dating and all of that. Wow, that's a lot. So you have to, you got to come to terms with it. You got to learn them lessons. Got to learn them lessons. And you can learn them lessons by trusting God. Trusting God And whatever this journey that you're on, it's a journey you're supposed to be on. Okay? And so embrace that journey. Embrace that journey. It's gonna be okay. Ladies, it's gonna be okay. Alright. Okay, learning the lessons brings about the healing. Absolutely. Okay. Um, Beautiful. Let's see. Okay, I can't even read my own writing. Oh, it helps you prioritize. Okay, what is that? Okay, with illness, it helps you put things in order, important things in your life. If you're suffering from an illness or you just found out about an illness, that's that pain, prioritizing things in your life, putting things in priority perspective, okay? What is most important? Sometimes those things come up. The bottom line is that we have to trust God in this whole journey, the whole journey that we're going through. We have to work on ourselves during this painful time. We cannot allow ourselves to go. So that means we gotta still be eating properly, practice some self-care, do spiritual baths. And by spiritual baths, I just mean you might want to put some rose petals in there. You might put some bath salts in there. Sometimes people have those things, in their bath that just gives it a nice fragrance, and just lay there and just really be still. And if you gotta cry, go ahead and cry, but just get yourself in a calm state so that you can just allow yourself to just heal and allow God to speak to you. Okay, and it's gonna take time, but you can do it. Okay, and even something like an illness, and I know illness or something going on with your children, we have to be able to trust that God knows, because if not, we'll be beating up ourselves. We can't make anything happen. God makes it happen. We cannot make anything. We can't force anything to happen. God makes it happen. He's the one. He makes it happen when it's supposed to happen. His timing is the perfect timing. So as much as you want, I'm telling you, as much as I want my husband to come back, I could have wanted it all day long. I'm telling you, I was in a cold house. I was waiting. God found another way. He said no. He said no. And he gave me answers that I needed to know. So if you ask God, I guarantee, ask God. Be authentic. Ask God. He will give you the revelation. He will tell you what to do. He will give you guidance. But you have to be able to be still and be ready to take it in and be ready to listen, okay, to what he's telling you, all right? Might not be the way you want. Might not be. It might be something totally different. But you have to be able to trust him, okay? As you journey to wholeness, you must focus on changing yourself. It's not going to be automatic. It's evolving. I'm still changing myself. People who went through things 5, 6, 7 years ago, you're constantly changing. And so we can't stay the same. And that's the growth mindset. And I talked about that on my podcast, Beautifully Seasoned. That growth mindset where you're thinking about, how can I let this work for me? How can I understand this on a deeper level? And that's what we do. We're at this point, Beautifully Seasoned women, that we want to be able to understand ourselves on a deeper level. Okay, we've been there. We've been around the block a couple of times. We've been around. Yes, we have. So yeah, let's think about that. You want to celebrate your healing and growth again through prayer and trusting in God as a plan for your life, and that nothing just happens. I want to read for you finally from Psalm 69:29-30. I'm hurt and in pain. Give me space for healing and maintain air. Let me shout God's name with a praising song. Let me tell his greatness in a prayer of thanks. And that is just something that I want to share with you. It's like we know about David. He was in pain. He wanted to have that space for healing. Pain is nothing new. We all go through it. So I want you to know that things are going to be okay. There's no gain without pain. Get ready for the victory. That's all I have to say. Get ready for the victory. It's coming. That pain is not just there for nothing. I'm telling you, you go see that it's going to be victory at the end. So I am going to turn into my affirmations that I'm going to share with you before we leave. You know, I told you, I said I'm gonna say these information because I think they're so powerful. And I'm going to tell you, oh, I need to have it where I can have my little bookmark there ready for you. I hope you did get something out of this. I hope that you subscribe to this. I'm going to be bringing you more videos. Please go to my podcast. If you're in a car or you're just doing some housework and you don't want to look at the computer, you can listen to my podcast. I have like over 30 episodes on there, and they're all ranging from just different subjects that's pertaining to women. Remember, I want to reach out to you. That's just me. I want to reach out to my sisters, okay? Queens uplift queens. That's what I'm saying. And we all part of the same DNA. So I consider you my sister, okay? So listen. I love this part, okay? Remember, I got this from Joel Osteen. This is something that he says with his congregation when they first start, and I wrote it down. I so empowering. So to end this episode, you are blessed, prosperous, redeemed, forgiven, talented, creative, confident, secure, disciplined, focused, prepared, qualified, motivated, valuable, free, determined, equipped, empowered, and anointed, accepted, and approved, not average, not mediocre. You are a child of the Most High. You will become all you was created to be. In Jesus' name, I just pray that for you, and you're going to be fine. Always remember that there's no gain without pain. We all been through it. We will, but you know what? It does not last. It doesn't. And you're going to see the greater good that comes out of it. Don't forget my book. Man, I got to remember to talk about my book. Okay, it's Standing Inside Myself, a journey of self-love, wisdom, power, and purpose. And it's on Amazon. And it is just about my journey. I'm getting good feedback from it. I know that not only God helped me write this book, because when I looked up, I'm like, and I had to scale it down. I think it is. So yeah, I had to really do a lot of soul searching, and this is one book that I wanted to share with women who are going through anything, maybe not even heartbroken, just other things, life changes that we all are going to face eventually. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe. You know I'm new at this now. I'm new at it. But I am going to keep the videos coming, and I'm just hoping that you would stay with me. You stick with me. Okay? Stick with me, and I will be seeing you next time. God bless. Bye-bye.